Tony Abbott lost Mossman on primary votes, and it looks like Zali Steggall has won.
Let's have a look.
All right, well, OK, we'll come back to Queensland. Let's go Warringah.
That's a pretty big story.
That is a pretty big story. You're absolutely right.
Scott Morrison is having a perfect evening in New South Wales.
Stephen, we've got 11% of the vote count there. And look, that swing against Tony Abbott, look, it's come back a little from the 14%, but it's still pretty disastrous territory there at 13.7%. Zali Steggall's primary vote's gone up, I think, to 44%. And let's see what the projection is. She's won it. Zali Steggall has won the seat of Warringah. Tony Abbott, after 25 years, I know, but the swing is pretty clear there, Matthias Cormann. Are you saying he can...
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying 0.91%.
Yeah, but we've got later figures than that. I'm telling you now, Tony's lost, and he's a mate of mine, so I'm not crowing about it. I'm just stating a fact.
Whatever happens tonight, in terms of holding government, this is one of the most significant stories of the evening. Tony Abbott losing his own seat there of Warringah. Peter Credlin, as someone who's worked very closely with Tony Abbott, is very close with Tony Abbott over many years. What's your reaction to that?
Well, at 25 years is an incredible innings, and not many people get to be the Prime Minister of this country. I'm not going to call it over on less than 1% of the vote. Obviously, there's postals and there's a whole lot of numbers. I mean, I know Richo's talking about Mossman. A lot of her funding support and bankers who've got big renewable energy investments come out of Mossman. I'd be interested in some of the, more suburban parts of his electorate. I do accept he's in a lot of trouble.
Andrew Bolt's still with us too, and Andrew, as a supporter of Tony Abbott there too, what do you think about that sort of result?
Well, I think he's in a lot of trouble. Last week he thought, or it was a few days ago, he thought he was home, that he just squeaked in. But these figures are very bad. I think it's a tragedy in a sense, and it'll be a victory for the Malcolm Turnbull camp. They're having patchy luck. If you have a look at the Turnbull party about who they've been trying to knock off, Josh Frydenberg, Michael Sukkar, Greg Hunt, here is the big scalp. And I think it'll be a real blow to the Conservatives in the Liberal Party, and it will give some ammunition for the Liberal left to say, well, look, it was global warming what done it, when I think, in fact, it's global warming that nearly sprung a leak in the Labor Party because it went too hard and people started to get too scared. But that's a debate for when we actually get a final result.